to yoga. I'm glad to see you all. Thanks for coming. Whew. We were talking about kind of stuff before you came in, Leslie, and now I got to get my mind off of that. Spontaneous pain that goes away and you don't know where it comes from. Okay, so today, last week we did strength. We were focusing on strength and confidence and determination, and kind of the counterpart to that is stretch, flexibility, stretch in the body, and muscles of the body, and in the mind, kind of flexibility and stuff like that. So we're gonna do kind of a counterpart to last week's practice. It'll be different. So we'll start centering, so you can sit or lie down, whatever you're comfortable with. And just, whoosh, big exhale. We're gonna take a few minutes just to transition from being out in the world to coming in and coming into our own bodies and seeing where we are. So just take a few minutes to come inside into your own self as you are right here, right now. So notice first your gross body. I don't mean that in the sense, I mean your physical body. Sensations. And we're going to be stretching today, so especially notice any areas that might feel a little tight, tense, and also parts of your body where you know you might have a little injury or a place that requires some extra loving attention. And as you travel around in your body, just consciously release, soften, as always, your body is your first teacher, so throughout practice, go with what you feel in your body and make any modifications so that it's comfortable. Today we're going to be, for stretching, backing off of the edge. Last week when we were strengthening or concentrating on strength, we kind of pushed ourselves. One more breath, hold it. You can do it. And stretch is kind of the opposite. So you want to back off from your edge and just relax, let the muscles release. So also notice your energy level, your feeling tone today. And then bring your attention to your breath. And we're not gonna do a real strict pranayama practice, so just notice your breath, just as it is, coming in through your nose. Maybe notice where you first feel the breath coming in and going out. So just sort of flow with the breath, a gentle, light breath. Notice the body, make sure your belly's soft, and notice the body moving with the breath. Just subtle movements, expanding and opening on the inhale, and softening, releasing on the exhale. And check in with your face and jaw and neck. Just relax there. Keep your awareness flowing with right on the breath. As if on the inhale, your body is blowing up like one of those things that used to be, I don't see them as much anymore outside of car dealerships, those inflatable figures that blow up and then everything goes out of them. But just gently, so your body, all of your body, your arms, your legs, kind of puffs up on the inhale, just gently, and on the exhale, everything relaxes. Just a gentle inhale, gentle exhale, flowing together like water flowing. Stay with the breath, follow it. Feel how your body moves with the breath. And the next time you come to an exhale, just let the exhale go. And based on what you've seen and felt, create an intention for your practice, if you'd like to. You can also dedicate your practice to someone or something else, whatever you feel like today. And then let that intention go and know that it's there to come back to for focus. And we're going to begin today on our backs. So if you're not already on your back, come ahead and get there. And just lengthen out. So legs out. Bring your arms up overhead toward the floor, if that's comfortable. And we're just going to start with full body stretches. So on an inhale, just gently, not forcefully, gently lengthen out through your feet and through your arms. So feet out in one direction, arms out in the other, just gently. And keep your arms up overhead as you come to an exhale. Just release and relax everything. So your body's not moving overall. So inhale, lengthen out gently, and exhale, soften. So everything, you're just kind of waking up your body, doing some warm-up stretches. So take 3 more nice breaths. Gently lengthening out, stretching out on the inhale, and just releasing on the exhale. Okay, now the next time you come to an inhale, we're going to lengthen just the right side of the body. So gently stretch out through your right foot and right arm, all up the right side of the body. And then when you exhale, just release that. So try to keep relaxed on the left side and just stretch through the right. Take another 3 nice, slow, deep, even breaths, just stretching on the inhale, right side only. And exhale, relax. on the left side. So now the right side stays relaxed if you can. And on inhale, lengthen out through your right foot and up through your right fingertips. All up the left side. Just a nice gentle stretch that you can feel, but don't force it, not too much. Exhale, release. 3 more times on the left side. So just flow with the breath like we were doing in centering. Okay, now we're going to do a little cross brain. So we're going to inhale and stretch through the right foot and left fingertips. So kind of a diagonal stretch. Same thing, gentle stretch, right foot, left fingertips, and then exhale, relax back. 3 deep breaths like that. Okay, then we'll do the same thing with the left leg, right arm. Diagonal stretch. It's a little challenge for your brain. Getting the right and left sides to cooperate and work together. And do 3 breaths on this side. No, left leg, right arm. And when you're done with that, draw both knees into your chest, hug them in, and just take a little rock. And have your strap nearby. Oh, let's see, I'll bring straps. We're not gonna use the strap at the very beginning, but we're gonna use it. So you're gonna lengthen out your left leg and, no, I'm sorry, I didn't say that right. Lengthen your left leg on the mat and straighten your right leg up toward the ceiling. Yeah, you don't have to put the strap on now, but you can. So, left leg is long, right leg up toward the ceiling. Start with a flat foot. If it's not comfortable to have your left leg straightened out, you can have the knee bent, so that's okay. So the right leg up toward the ceiling, and now take your heel and press your right heel up toward the ceiling. So the stretch is up the back of your right leg, and just take a few breaths here, breathing right up the back of that leg. Send the breath up where the stretch is, and then maybe releasing a little bit. So just press that heel up. That makes me get a little bit of a cramp in my quadricep, but I'm just gonna keep going here. And now point the right toes up toward the ceiling. So now the stretch is on the front of the leg. And just take a few breaths pointing and lengthening those toes up toward the ceiling, lengthening the leg. And then come back to the flat foot. Take your strap and bend your knee. Put the strap around the ball of your right foot. Take one hand, one side of the strap in each hand, and apply a little pressure there. Lengthen up, just straight up through your whole bottom of your foot. Now take both ends of the strap in your right hand and let your right leg come out from your body over toward the right. So you can brace your elbow against the mat. It might help to take your left hand on your left hip to kind of keep that on the mat. So don't go all the way down, just go as far as you can, keeping your left hip on the mat. You're having pressure on that strap to support the leg and stretching out the muscles on the inner, the right leg, the inside, the adductor muscles. Now, see if you can relax those muscles. The leg might go down a little farther. So you're letting the support of the strap allow the muscles to just stretch. Nice stretch. Okay, then inhale, bring that leg back up. Change the, hold the straps, both ends in your left hand, and let the leg come over your midline. Won't probably go very far. So now the stretch is in the muscles on the outside of your right leg. So again, you don't want to go so far that it's uncomfortable, but you do want to feel a stretch, and let the strap support there so you can actually soften and release the muscles, because they don't have to hold the leg up anymore. The strap's helping with that. So find a nice sweet spot where you can feel the stretch and you still can release the muscles. So a little, not the most stretch you can feel, but back off a little bit from the edge. And breathe. Okay, now bring that right leg back up, bend the knee, take the strap off, and either straighten that leg out on the mat, or you can have a bent knee if you want, foot on the mat. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So left leg goes up toward the ceiling, and just point your toe and then press your heel. Just alternate between pressing the toes up toward the ceiling and then the heel. So it's two kinds of flexion in your foot, and just notice the one stretches the back of your leg and one stretches the front. And then bend the knee, put the strap around the ball of your left foot, and we'll do that same sequence. So start just in the center with your foot flat, pressing the bottom of your foot. Your knee can be bent if it's uncomfortable to have it totally straight. Press the bottom of your foot up toward the ceiling. Then take both ends of the strap in your left hand and allow the leg to come out toward the left. Just let it go till it doesn't want to go anymore. Allowing the strap to support, beautiful. And then as you exhale, see if you can just signal to the muscles on the inside of your leg that they can relax because they're being supported. Let them stretch out a little bit. It's kind of interesting as you go to see the difference in your sides, because they're usually one side is different from another. It's all good. Okay, then bring that leg back up change the hand that's holding the straps and bring the leg across the midline. Beautiful. So send the breath into the stretch on the outer leg. Exhale, see if you can soften and let it just settle into the support. And then come back to center. And bend your knee, take the strap off. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do a side stretch. So both legs come down, so lengthen long on the mat, arms overhead. And starting with your legs, slide your right leg out to the right, and then let the left leg come over to meet it. So go gradually till you find a good. So we're going to be stretching the left side of the body here. So the legs are going out to the right. If you want to take your left ankle over the right to kind of have a bind there, you can do that if that's comfortable. You don't have to do that. And then walk your arms over to the right. You can take hold of your left arm with your left wrist with your right hand, if that creates a little bind. Anyway, so get into a banana shape. So the stretch is all the way up the left side of your body. You can bring if you take your head over toward the right, that brings the stretch up into the whole spine too. So find your place here where you can feel a stretch. It's not too much, and you can relax as you exhale. Inhale, send the breath all the way up the left side of the body, like you're filling that side with air. And then exhale, soften, release. Nice stretch of your whole left side of your body. One more breath. Fill it up and let it go. Okay, now take your arms back to center first, and then uncross your legs or bring them back to center too. Take a gentle full body stretch, and then we'll do that on the other side. So left leg moves out to the left, and then follow it with the right. Cross your ankle. That just can make a nice bind, but if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And then arms move over toward the left. Again, you can bind your, hold your wrist to bind it. Stretch all the way up the right side of the body now. So find a place where you can feel the stretch, but it's not too intense. And stay with your breath. Inhale, like you're inflating the whole left side of your body, right side of your body, sorry. And exhale, soften, release. Okay, how about one more breath here? And then unwind from the top to the bottom. So arms first. And take one more gentle full body stretch. And then bring both knees into your chest. And rock around a little bit. And then, best way for you, you can rock up or come to your side and bring yourself up to all fours. So, you're going to have your wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, fingers are spread. So your foundation is your hands and your lower legs. Press in here. So flat back to start, tabletop. And then we're going to start by just tucking and tilting just the pelvis, the sacrum. So tilt your pelvis forward, just the pelvis, and then tuck. So very focused, subtle movements, just tilting the pelvis and then tucking under. Just a couple more times. Tilt and tuck, tilt and tuck. Now we'll move into some cat-cows. So tilt and then let the movement go all the way up your spine. So your belly goes down, your chest goes down between your arms, maybe your chin comes up a little bit. And then tuck and let the flexion come all the way up your spine, so your back rounds, your chin comes toward your chest, into cat, and then just flow through those movements, inhaling into extension of your spine, exhaling, tuck and round, moving with the breath. Just flowing like water. Inhale into exhale. Body moves with the breath. And the next time you come to an exhale into cat pose, let your hips come all the way back toward your heels into child's pose, not to stay. Inhale, come back up to tabletop, and then into cow. Then exhale, round your back, come back into child's pose. So we just added one movement here. Inhale up to tabletop and then into cow. Exhale, round. Cat, back into child. One more like that. Now when you're back in child's pose, inhale up to tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up into downward facing dog. No, we're not going to stay here. When you come to an inhale, come back to all fours, hands and knees. Exhale, back into child. So this is Earth Salutation, the vinyasa. Inhale back up to tabletop. Exhale up to downward facing dog. So it's a 2-breath vinyasa. Inhale is always tabletop. Exhale, once is child's pose. And tabletop, and then exhale, down dog. So just flow through some earth salutations. Remember, flowing like water. Your breath is initiating the movement. Just think flow, and this is stretching your back body in child's pose and in downward facing dog. The next time you come into downward facing dog, pause there. hold the pose. So again, this is a forward fold. Forward folds stretch the back body. So notice here in downward facing dog, as your heels press toward the mat, the stretches up the back of the legs. And as you lengthen up through your tailbone, let your head hang, you get a back body stretch. Now look up between your hands and walk your feet forward, coming into a forward fold. Knees bent a little or a lot. And bring your belly in and up. If your knees are bent, that protects your low back. And you can take hold of opposite elbows to just let the weight of your upper body and your head lengthen out your back body, your low back too. And depending on how much you've got your knees bent or not, you've got some stretch up the back of your legs. And now take your hands to your shins, come up halfway with a strong flat back, lengthen out through the crown of your head. Exhale, forward fold, and then press into your feet. Bring your arms out and up, slowly rise. Palms touch, and come down to your heart space, and then we'll come into mountain pose. So mountain pose is grounding. So press down through both feet. Tuck your tailbone just a little bit. Bring your shoulders up, back down. Open your chest, so stretching the front here. And palms face forward. So the strength here is between your shoulder blades, bringing your shoulder blades together, and that is causing the front of our bodies to stretch. And we're focusing on stretch today. So just feel the openness of the front of your chest. Come back to your breath, relax your face, jaw, neck. So where last week we were doing Wonder Woman pose and focusing on the strength, the stretch focus is more on the exhale, releasing, softening, being flexible in mind and body. And the strength and the stretch complement each other. Okay, and then we're going to do tree pose, which we did last week with strength, but this week we're going to be willow trees. So you've probably heard the bend like the willow, break like the oak. So yeah, so just we're not going to do anything different. It's just a matter of allowing your body to adjust itself. So it can help to not be on the mat. Sometimes the mat's a little cushy, I don't know. But anyway, but you definitely want to have a focal point that's something that's not moving. So you can look at the floor, the wall, something that's not moving. Just, you don't want to be gripping with your muscles. So you do want to have a soft engagement of your core. So just lightly engage that. Feel both feet on the floor to start. Then let the weight come into your left foot, come up onto your right toes, and just pause there, there's no hurry. And just notice as you're standing here, looking at your focal point, not letting your hip jut out, so you do want to engage the left hip, so it's held in there. Light engagement of your core. And you can kind of feel your body swaying a little bit, so you don't want your knee locked. You want your left knee to be micro bent, so you can adjust, your body can adjust. Okay, then you can find a place to put your leg. It can stay on your toes or your foot. I mean, your right foot can go onto your lower leg and your arm. So just breathe here. Breathe here. Remember, this is a practice. It's not oh so serious. You're not gripping. You're a willow tree. You're letting your body adjust itself and move with, just slight adjustments, and then you can bring your arms into it if you want. Keep breathing, no holding your breath. If you come out, you can just take a breath and go back in slowly. Nice. Okay, now come out and just take your organic movements, move however you want. And we'll do that on the other side. Okay, so you know the drill. It's not a drill, it's much less serious than that. This isn't boot camp. Okay, so so let the weight come into your right foot, up onto your left toes, and do your tree on this side. But just think about a willow tree. Just, your body can move a little bit. That's how it adjusts. You can bring a little smile to your face. Movements, whatever your body will tell you what it needs. And then come to if you're at the front edge of your mat, okay. So turn your feet are going to be hip width apart. We're going to go into a warrior one. So closed hip. Take your right toes out to the right and take a step back. So your feet are not on one line, they're separated. And then bend your left knee over your left ankle. Take your right hip and just kind of move it forward a little bit so it's in line with the short edge of your mat there. Now let's get the foundation. So press into both feet. Make sure you can see your big toe on the left foot. And then our arms today, instead of being up, are going to be clasped behind and pulling back like that. So that's kind of a support for your open chest and a stretch up the front of the body. And you don't have to have your arms like this. If you want them a different way, go ahead. And then look up. So as you inhale here, notice, send it right up the front of your body here. And then exhale, maybe your front body can open even a little bit more as the weight of your arms kind of gently encourages that opening. So focus on your exhale here. Be stable in your foundation. Exhale, see if you can open a little bit more. Maybe sink a little deeper into your legs. Okay, then straighten your front leg. Take your arms back to your side. Take your right leg up a little bit of a shorter stance. And then you can have we're going to come forward into Parsvottanasana. So you could have your hands on blocks, you can have your hands behind your back like this, or not really on, well, I guess you could have them on your lower leg anyway. So, or on your hips. So come forward, reach out. So bring your belly in and up, reach out, lengthen out. You can stay right here in the half half position. So we're stretching up the back of the left leg and all the way out through the crown of your head. And if you can keep going, if it feels good, you can put your hands down and just come forward over that left leg, but that might be too much of a stretch. So you find what's good for you here. So relax, you don't let that kneecap be coming up. So just relax the muscles of the left leg as much as you can. Breathe. And then on an inhale, press into your feet, come back up. Take your right foot up to meet the left and move around. Okay, and we'll do that on the left. So left toes go out, step back with the left leg. Bend the right knee over the right ankle so you can see the big toe there. Square your hips up toward the front edge. And we'll do warrior one first. So inhale, I'm gonna do my arms like this, but you can do anywhere you want. And the focus is on the stretching up through the front body. So inhale, make sure you're pressing into both feet so your foundation is strong, grounded. And then on the exhale, soften, maybe find a little more opening in your chest. Maybe a little more sinking down in your hips. Flow with the breath, it's gentle. And then straighten out your front leg, take a little bit closer stance. And yeah, chair's a good idea. Good job, Leslie. I forgot to say that. Chair, wall, anything. So if you were near a wall, you can come like this. But you want to lengthen out and then come forward, lengthening out, belly in and up, check your low back. And it's optional, you can stay halfway, you can just, when you've got your full extension, you can round and let your body come down like in forward fold. And then come back up. Okay. And, ooh, this gets my hips. Round it out. We're going to come down to our seat. So, front edge of the mat. Inhale your arms up. Exhale. Fold forward. Step back into downward facing dog. Come to your knees. And then feet out to the side, come back onto your seat. You might want to sit on a blanket for this. We're going to do some seated forward folds, so if it helps you to have your hips raised up a little, that's great. So, let's see, what's the best way to show this? Like this. So we're going to start with left leg straight, right foot on the inside of the left thigh, okay? Turn your body just slightly so that you're in line with your left foot. Strap, 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 strap. This is a good place to have a strap. Around the ball of your foot here. So hold it there. So start by lengthening up, nice tall spine, and then you're gonna hinge at your hip crease, not rounding your back. Bring your chest toward your feet, or like you wanted to put your chest forward, not slumped. Okay, so just pull back to give yourself some leverage. And kind of move the hip back. So the stretch here is on the back of your left foot, and you don't want to be gripping. So if you're hyperextending your knee, take a little bend in your left knee, so you can feel when you press out through your foot, you can feel that kneecap come up. So don't press out through your right foot. Just pull back on the right foot and let there be a micro bend, a little bend in your left knee, and then move forward and out. And keep that knee a little teeny bend, and you can keep going forward till you feel a stretch that is it's right in the belly, in the middle of the hamstring on the back of the left leg. And then just stay there, and inhale right into the stretch feeling, and then exhale. Consciously imagine that release right in that muscle. You might notice that your upper body is moving closer to the leg. You can round down once you get all the way forward. As far as you can go, you can round if you want. You do not have to do that. So let it be determined by the amount of stretch you're feeling there. If it feels like a good stretch and that it's lengthening, getting softer, you can keep going. You want to find that sweet spot where it's not too much, and you can keep that nice, deep, slow exhale. That tells your body everything's okay, you can let go. Going to stay here a little bit longer. So to get a lasting stretch, you stay a minute or 2 minutes. This is something you can do at home, but it's really important to not create anxiety and tension by having too much going on. Okay, then walk yourself back up. Take that thing off there. Straighten out your legs, just kind of shake them around a little bit. We'll do the other side. So right leg is out, left foot on right thigh. That's comfortable, yeah, good. Use whatever supports. And we'll do this side. Again, sides are different, so honor what your body is telling you. Always start by lengthening up. Nice tall spine. Bring your belly in, and then exhale, come forward. So just very gradually. And always lengthening on the inhales, creating space, and then exhale, slowly move forward. When you practice this a lot, listening to your body, it's almost like you really can hear what your body's saying without words. So staying with the breath, exhale soften. So I can feel my body telling me don't go anymore. It's getting a little rough down there. Two more breaths. Okay, then come back up. And let's see. Okay, we're gonna come over onto our backs. And here we would need a block. So there's gonna be, we're gonna do a supported, it's gonna start, let me get a block. Put the block under your sacrum. So like when we do a supported bridge, you have the flat part of the block under there. And there's gonna be some options for, so when you're supported, this is a stretching the front body in a supported way. So you can stay in supported bridge, which would be like this, with your feet up. If it feels good, you can lengthen your legs out, and that is more of a fish kind of supported fish, supporting the whole, stretching the whole front body. You could even put a blanket under your shoulders if you wanted to open your front chest a little more. But so just find something here where you can relax into the support of the block, and just for about a minute. So continue with the breath as if the breath is inflating your whole body on the inhale, puffing it all up, and then the exhale, everything just relaxes, releases toward the earth, into the support. Gentle, soft breath. Focusing more on the exhale than the inhale. Okay, now we're going to move into Shavasana, but take a minute or so between to take any pose or movement that your body would like that we haven't done, or you can stay right here. So just give yourself what you need. Great, everybody's doing something different, and that means you're listening to your body. That's wonderful. That's yoga. I'm gonna come around and give you anything you might need or want. Good. Okay. So, settled into Shavasana, the best part of the whole thing. Just let it go. Right here, right now. Let your body and mind integrate this, what we've done in practice. Stretching, flexibility. Gently bring your awareness back to the present moment, back to your space. See yourself here as part of the group. We've shared our energies. And begin to waken your body with small movements. Fingers, your toes, maybe some rocking or stretching. And eventually bring yourself over onto one side. Just rest here inside child's pose. Seeing where you are at the end of practice. Coming back to your breath. Remembering your intention. And then use your arms to bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. So, tall, straight spine. Eyes closed if that's comfortable. And just take one slow, deep, even breath, following from beginning to end. From the moment you feel the inhale entering your body, filling it through the exhale and the release. And I invite you to bring your hands, palms together to your heart space, and bow to your efforts today, your willingness to come to practice and give yourself and your body and mind and spirit this time. And to focus on this flexible stretch part of practice, balancing strength, flexibility, which we need to do in all of our parts of our lives, on and off the mat. The fire of strength in the water element, flowing, releasing of water. And thank you for coming and letting me guide you in practice. The light in me bows to and honors the very same light in each of you. Namaste.